Hi everybody. I thought I'd make the next video of me kind of showing some parts of the property. We got 15 acres here in eastern Tennessee, and there's some cool things on the property, and I'll show them to you right now. So here I am walking down the road. We have about half-mile road that goes around the whole property or so. Just for perspective, here's the side of the house. We're on the eastern side of the property, so we're on the eastern side of the road, and we're gonna walk down the path a little bit and show you how that looks. So we're still continuing down the path. One thing to note about the property is the northeast corner of the property drops off a lot. So the road around the property obviously has to bypass that and cuts off. And at that point is where some telephone wires come through. So we'll take a look there. There's some pretty cool things. Up in this area we have a creek that runs through. It doesn't always have water in it, but when it rains, it's usually pretty full. So we want to clear some of this area and, you know, kind of enjoy it. Maybe put a little campfire ring here or something, and we'll see. So here's the creek coming down. We got a lot of water, had a lot of rain yesterday, kind of a wet winter, and it looks really cool. I wish it was a 24/7, 365 creek. That would be a lot better, but this is kind of neat, having a creek going through. So we're at the part of the property where it drops off. I probably got 3 or 4 acres on that corner that I haven't even been on, actually. And the road goes over to the left, and you can see here, kind of gain some elevation too. This is where the telephone lines come through. Actually, this is where I get my power. That big telephone line, there's a drop, and then they had to dig a 4-foot trench, almost 400 feet up to where I built the house. So kind of cool. Got some dogs barking in the back. Hopefully there isn't bears or critters running this way. But we're continuing down the road. On the right here is where the drop-off is. It does flatten out a little bit more here. So right past the house it drops, but then as we go further down the road it flattens out a bit. I mean, another good house spot down here. So here we are at the bottom of the property, the farthest north. Over on the right here, again, it's the corner of the property that dropped down. You can see in the back there that we got a nice beautiful mountain range back there. There's a little trail that heads off in this direction. Our property goes, I don't know, another 50 feet or so that way, and then everything else is up this way. Now the road loops around and heads back south, and we're gonna head up that way. But yeah, it looks like a little trail going through here. In fact, I've got a trail cam set up. Let's see, right over here. A little shaky with this little camera. I'm gonna turn it off and bring it back up and see if we caught anything. And then we'll head out. All right, we're heading back up. This little road here, when it was first put in, they put a lot of rock down, but it's probably been, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. Not a lot of people drive on it. But it's good enough to get through. Still heading south, up the southwest side of the road. A little bit of elevation. It is kind of warm. Lower 60s, I got a jacket on. Hate January weather. Alright, we made it to the western side of the property. Here's where the telephone lines come through. I came out on the road right there. And if I pan over, we can see we're on the very edge of our property there by the telephone pole. And I have some neighbors on that side that they have cleared land over the years. In fact, that neighbor right there, if you could see through the trees, he works for the HVAC company that put in our heating system in our house. Well, here we are at the top of the loop on the road. Obviously, I'm a little more sweatier. It's warm out and I got this fleece on. Most of this property here was cleared, I'm sure, back in the 20s, early 30s, about the time when they did the national park. So we have some really tall trees, but really no big trees. Couple of them are big poplars. But if I pan over this way, you can see there's this big oak tree. An original, has to be a couple 100 years old at least. And they left that one up by our gate. And so we're really proud of that tree. Love it. It's huge. It gives off a lot of acorns, and you see a lot of squirrels around here in the fall. Alright, let's finish this one up. See if I can edit at least a minute out of it. Would be good. We're at the top of my driveway now, and you can see down that way is where my house is. And you can see it now in the winter, but not in the spring and fall. So we'll end it here. Thanks for watching, and hopefully there'll be some more of this in the future. Take care.